Good day, viewers. I'm the current reporter providing you with this news section on what's coming about from around the world. On this special occasion, we plan to keep it small and simple while maintaining important news and mentions about major events taking place. With today's agenda, we'll be mentioning some events within the United States, Haiti, along with Africa, and even some from our own little empire. We'll start with some of the foreign events to bring everyone up to date in hearing what's happening around the world. Now keep in mind, we do not keep everything exactly to the date, thus there might be things that have already happened several weeks ago to even over a month ago, but as a general reminder in case you have not heard of it. On this first note, a human test subject of Neuralink has been interviewed by many people asking about the procedure, how he feels, and how it has helped him so far. To which he only says that there's a small amount of issues which he will not or cannot disclose. Some videos show him using the Neuralink to interface with his computer without needing to physically touch it, which in itself is quite the achievement. He was even seen playing some video games like digital chess, and even a classic called Sid Meier's Civilization 6. I'm sure some of the gamers would actually love that, being able to munch and drink while not having to use a single finger to play their favorite video game. On the next note, April 8th is coming up quickly, and several states within the United States are getting quite nervous with the upcoming eclipse. States like Texas are calling an emergency and closing the schools for when April 8th rolls close, fearing that such a rare, once-in-a-lifetime event will bring higher average traffic than what the roads occasionally handle. Texas, along with the other states in the path of the eclipse, are putting out a warning telling locals to stock on food and other provisions for when the event arrives to reduce the need for people to travel. Of course, this event has also gotten some religious fanatics in a stir, thinking that once April 8th arrives, it would bring a fair few days of darkness over the earth. Now, of course, this is not true and will not happen. It's not possible, and it's not scientifically proven that it can happen the way that they predict it. There is no need to fear the following days in that case. Closing this note, I will be providing just a single safety tip for those who wish to see this eclipse. Please wear protective eyewear when looking directly at it, because the second it passes over, you will blind yourself if you are not being protected. On this major note on foreign news, Haiti is still in a state of emergency, as gangs have seized a majority of the country, causing mass evacuations of embassies, along with American citizens and other foreigners who traveled there. Several countries have placed Haiti on the travel ban list until things cool down within the country. And as these gangs control the country, the borders with the Dominican Republic are officially closed. Protect the citizens of the Dominican Republic, along with the tourists. In the streets can be found several days and even weeks old bodies being left to rot due to the lack of functioning service to collect them, as it's far too dangerous to walk around without the risk of being shot by a stray or intentional bullet. A note from the MOP is present to mention this threat. This is a result of unchecked criminals who are left to roam the streets and plan, corruption growing and the government to not take action, and let this be a lesson to all nations to crack down on major gangs and cartels before it is too late. If not, this may happen to you, and the Auroran Empire will only have to laugh and shelter your people as they fear being murdered by your arrogance. Glory to His Majesty and Fatherland. With this final note in foreign events, major cities are beginning to run out of water. Major cities like Mexico City and Johannesburg in South Africa have begun to run dry taps due to the high populations and diminishing water supply. This is leaving millions in these cities alone without access to water for what some may report as days to even weeks and months. according to a report, there is a value of around 2.2 billion people who have completely lost access to safe drinking water. God, that's almost half the world's population. The UN has worked to set targets to work on providing more drinking water globally to reduce that value to the low millions by 2030. But a counter report came in saying that any of these targets are not on track, which are most likely not going to achieve this goal by the set date. Simply shows the decline of the UN as they try to make promises they cannot keep. One's got to ask themselves, why have we yet to start working on structures and machinery, start taking the highly abundant and growing sea supply? Of course, comes in the cost of building and maintaining and actually processing. Overall, soon, eventually, human life will become more valuable than how much it will cost to do that. Into it. Now on to the news in the Auroran Empire. This past week, the newly elected R&D company, the Brilliant Innovative Union, employed by the Ministry of War, has begun developing our first domestic mortar for our infantrymen. So far, progress is still slow due to funding concerns. The plan is to finish the project by the end of the year with the release of a production model in which allied and approved nations may pre-order the mortar piece for their own armies. A final note, which the MOP has asked us to include in this film: in less than 2 months, His Majesty's birthday will be coming up on May 1st, so write that down on your calendars. He does not ask for much, but to support the Empire by purchasing war bonds. Every dollar put into war bonds is a dollar put into supporting the development of material to defend the Empire from current and future foreign adversaries. By also supporting the Empire, you can be rewarded with merchandise to decorate yourself and other items like stickers and a cozy shirt. More merchandise is planned to be designed and properly sold in a government-controlled shop for you to enjoy and join a new Auroran fashion trend. That is all for today, folks. I'll be seeing you next week with some fresh major news to report, with a possible increase in reports. Glory to His Majesty and Fatherland.